Hey YouTube, it's been a while. Today I wanted to tell you about one of my biggest pet peeves. Now, normally people have a pet peeve like people who chew their gum too loudly or when someone walks too slowly on the sidewalk. But my pet peeve is a story. More specifically, it's an urban legend. Now, I get told this urban legend a lot because I really like snakes, and people have a tendency to want to tell me something about snakes when I talk to them, which normally I really like, but this story is not one of them. The story goes that there's this woman who has a pet python, and every night the python starts lying down next to her lengthwise, and then it completely stops eating. So she's really curious as to why the python is doing this, and she takes it to the vet, and the vet tells her that the python is preparing to eat a big meal. And then she tells him that he's been lying down next to her, and the vet tells her that the python is preparing to eat her, and has been measuring her to see if he could fit her in his mouth. Now, there are many, many reasons why this legend is not true and why it's wrong, but let me just go through a few of them. Reason number one: very few people, if anyone, let their large snakes roam free or sleep in bed with them. Most people who own a snake probably keep it in an enclosure, and when they do take it out, they're not just letting it roam around the living room or sleep with them, as this is a hazard for both the snake and the person. Reason number two: snakes cannot measure something before they eat it. Now, if this were true, it would be pretty handy for snakes, but this is the reason why you see snakes who end up regurgitating food that's either too wide or too long for them, such as when snakes try to eat crocodiles or hippos. A snake doesn't have the capacity to figure out how to measure the length of something. Now, sometimes they'll try to measure how wide it is by trying to fit their head around it and making sure that they can eat it. But when it comes to knowing how long it is, I don't really think that snakes have some kind of sense of how long their stomach is versus the rest of their intestinal system to be able to tell if they can fit this food into it. Reason number three: snakes do not stop eating in order to prepare for eating a big meal. Now, most of the time, snakes don't know when they're going to eat a big meal, so that's a really important factor. As well as, there are many reasons why snakes stop eating, such as if they're stressed or something like that, but they don't stop eating just to prepare for something bigger. When a snake is offered food, unless there's some other external reason, it's not going to not eat it because it thinks that there will be a guarantee of other food in the future. I'm pretty sure snakes don't have the ability to recognize that they're going to eat something big in the future. I think the real reason why this legend upsets me is because I love snakes, and snakes already get a bad rap, so why add something else to that list that isn't true? Usually when I tell people that I like snakes and that I want to own a snake, they think I'm weird, or I'm crazy, or that this snake is going to somehow kill me. Snakes make great pets. They also make great stuffed animals. And I love the species and I love reptiles in general. And when people talk about snakes and talk about things about them that aren't true, it really hurts the people who love these animals and who keep these animals responsibly and who have wonderful pet snakes and other reptiles. Now, I'm not saying that anyone is stupid for telling this legend. I just wanted to clarify why it isn't true and educate people, because I get why it's been passed around and I get why people tell it to me, but it's not real and it never happened, and I just need people to know that. Snakes are wonderful animals even if they freak you out. And if they scare you, that's all the more reason to know all the correct facts about them and not be duped into believing legends like this one.